samajate yatayo vishanti Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha Te Brahma Loke Tuparanta Satrastam Tatrapi Dahram Gaganam Vishokastasmin Yadantastadupasitavyam Yo Vedado Swara Prokto Vedante Cha Pratishtita Tasya Prakritivinasya Yaparasamaneshwara Na Tatra Suryo Bhati Na Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Bhanti Kuto Yamagni Tameva Bhantamanubhati Sarvam Tasya Vasa Sarvamidam Vivati Boliye Shri Satgurnath Maharaj Ki Jai.
As we begin, we will invoke the Lord and ask for His blessing as we learn from Swamiji today. Now let's do the opening prayers.
Invite Swamiji to be seated. And everyone else can be seated now.
Now it is my honor to introduce Swamiji. Swami Prakashanandaji was born in California village in Trinidad. From Trinidad, Swamiji went to study. Swamiji went on to study in Toronto. It was there as a student at the university he met Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmaya who was conducting a week-long yajna. Swamiji was transformed. Gurudev blessed him to attend the Vedanta course after completing university studies, which also was the final course of Pujya Gurudev. If you look carefully at Pujya Gurudev's Viveka Chudamani videos, preserved by the strength of Hindu diaspora of the West Indies, continuing Gurudev's work in astounding ways. We now have a huge Chinmaya Vidyalaya in Trinidad and Tobago with brand new state-of-the-art campus and countless programs for children, youth, and families. Swamiji's dynamic, tireless efforts and most enchanting personality has touched innumerable hearts across Caribbean, Canada, US, and South America, which is now home to the brand new Chinmaya Mission Guyana, for which Swamiji is now raising awareness and funds to build the ashram and school facilities. Already, there are summer camps ongoing and Chick Camp this summer. We are very blessed to have Swamiji with us today and to hear the Katha of Hanuman in the unique Caribbean style, filled with bhakti and jnana, woven together most sweetly. Again, before we begin the talk, I would like to reiterate that we would like everyone to silence or turn off your cell phones for the next hour, so that we can all be fully immersed in this yajna. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to hearing Swamiji's talk. Over to you, Swamiji.
Our topic today is humble Hanuman. Check one, check one, check one. That boom sound. You can hear me now? Okay. Alright. So, humble Hanuman. And let me just put this whole thing in context. I tell you in Ramcharitmanas, Ravan went to Marich and he told Marich, there is that princess there. I want to kidnap that princess. And Marich told to Ravan, but you're getting yourself in trouble. Your plan is not a good plan. You will bring your destruction and you will bring destruction to the whole of Lanka. That is not a good plan. Ravan says, oh ho, so you're trying to teach me now. You're pretending to be my guru. And finally he says, if you don't help me to kidnap that princess, I will kill you. So Mary thought, if I go there to help to kidnap that princess, Rama will kill me. If I stay here and I don't go there to help kidnap the princess, Ravana will kill me. So both sides I'm dead. So better I go there and help to kidnap that princess, and when Rama kills me, I will get mukti. I will get enlightenment, because I will see Rama while I am dying, and then I will get mukti. And if I stay here and this Ravana kills me, I will go to Narak. So Marius went there to help to kidnap that princess. Now, in this story, and also in the story where Hanumanji goes into the court of Ravan, he tied by Meghnad, the Nagapash, and brought there. And that time, Hanumanji tells to Ravan, my dear Ravan, the best thing for you to do is to go and surrender to Bhagavan Shri Ram. Bhagavan Shri Ram is the most compassionate Lord. Bhagavan will forgive you. You just return Sitaji, surrender to him, and he will forgive you. Then you will have no problem thereafter. Then again, Ravana said, oh, now this monkey is pretending to be my guru. He's telling me what to do. So, in both these cases, Ravana is feeling that nobody can tell him what to do. In other words, he knows better than. Yes. Now I want to tell you one more thing, right? It is true that Ravan had the most knowledge in his time. That is true thing. There was nobody as educated as Ravan. Sometimes even Brahmaji had some conflict in his mind and something was not clear in his mind. Brahmaji used to come to consult Ravan. You know, this is true. So it is true that Ravan had so much knowledge. But in American language and in ordinary language you have heard, that knowledge has got into his head. Yes. And when anything that we possess in Ravan, he possessed knowledge. Second thing, he was always boasting about, he possessed. So he had brain and brawn, both. But both the things had gotten to his. Both things had gotten to his head. See how the children know also. And that thing is called in our Sanatana Dharma, in our Shastra scriptures, right? That thing is, Sanatana Dharma means Hinduism. That thing is called in the Ramayana and Shastras, Abhiman. And so in Ramcharitmanas of Tulsidaji, several times Tulsidaji writes about Ravan. He is not simply Abhimani. Tulsidaji writes Maha Abhimani. Maha Abhimani. Because it is true that he possessed knowledge, it is true that he possessed. Yeah, that's true. And nothing is wrong with that. That's absolutely fine. But when that thing gets to our head, then we turn out to be Abhimani. And Ravan says Maha Abhimani. So now, the removal of that excessive pride which one has in any possession. Now you see, I may have, like Ravan, a lot of power, muscles, or they say in the cartoon, muscles. So, Ravan had a lot of muscle power. Ravan had a lot of brain power. Of course, he had to have a lot of brain power because he had 10 heads. 10 heads are better than one. Anyway, so Ravan also had a lot of wealth. In Lanka, even the sidewalk had gold on it. How much wealth? So anything we possess like that, some people may have name and fame and power and position and all the other things on the top, like that. Anytime we have any possession like that, and nothing gets to our head, that is called as, he becomes an Abhimani, that's called Abhimani. And Ravan is excessive. So now, the removal of that Abhiman, that excessive pride in any possession, whether it's wealth, the power, name, any possession. And removal of that thing is called as humility. So that person may have the most knowledge, the most power, most everything, but has absolutely no abhiman, no pride in that thing. That is called as humility. So Hanumanji is the greatest exemplar of this thing called as humility. Because who has more power than this Hanumanji? And who has more wealth? You say, Hanumanji had no wealth, he had no. What wealth? Hanumanji had Ram, Lakshman, Sita ji in his heart. He is the Lord of the universe in his heart. So what wealth is greater than that? And in Valmiki Ramayana, he is described, as Nava Pandit. He knew grammar of 9 languages. You know, I hardly know half a language. He knew the grammar, perfect grammar of 9 languages. Usually, some people speak 9 languages. If you go to Mumbai and all, you'll meet some people who are speaking 9 languages. They don't know any grammar. But Hanumanji knew the grammar. So how much of knowledge also he had in his mind? But he was very, very, very humble. No one trace of Hanuman also. No one trace of pride in whatever he possessed. Do you know? When Hanuman told him, Hanuman, you know, you have this power, you can fly over this ocean like nothing. Hanuman said, oh really? Oh yes. See this power. Yes, leave me now. And he was reminded of his power. I will go there and I will remove that Ravan. And not only that, I'll bring this whole Lanka here with Sita Ji on it. So he had the power to go and bring whole Lanka also. But he never goes on flaunting his power, never goes on boasting about his power, never goes on having so much pride in his power. In fact, he was sitting there and Jamat had to tell him, you know, you have this power. He said, oh, really? Like that. So the one who has the power and doesn't flaunt it, doesn't get to his head and all that, what they call the humble person. So Hanuman is our greatest exemplar of humility in this way in Ramcharitmanas, in the Ramayana. Now today I will pick some stories and we'll see this thing even at a deeper level. Hanumanji's humility. Because other than possessions, one can develop Abhiman with other things also. See, I possess wealth, or I possess good looks, or I possess fame, or I possess power, or I possess knowledge. Those are all possessions. So we can develop pride, haughtiness in those things, but there are other things that we can also develop that haughtiness. So today I will show it. Just now we chanted in Hanuman Chalisa, both and in Sundarkan, Atulita Balat Thamam. You know that, huh? He is of immeasurable strength. Reason is, Hanumanji is incarnation of Bhagavan Shiva. He is Ishvara only. And Ishvara Sarvashaktiman. Sarvashaktiman means all powerful. There's nothing which he cannot do. Sarvashaktiman. So, Atulita Bharathamam, same thing, means he possesses immeasurable strength. And you know also, he is Ashtasiddhi Navaniti ke Data. Yes, Ashtasiddhi. Ashtasiddhi means he has so many different types of mystical powers. He can become big and small and tall and heavy, and he could be. Just think, he's sitting here, he wants to be there, he just wants to think and he'll be there. So many powers he has. So, Ashtasiddhi, and now Nidhi ke Data, he has all his 9 types of jewels he possesses. So many great things, but you never hear Hanumanji going on telling, I am Ashtasiddhi. No one could tell you see anything like that. Tulsidas is telling he is Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi ke Data. Somebody else is telling. Hanumanji never goes. In fact, at the end of the Kishkinda Kand, that time, he forgets totally all his powers. And I'll tell you one more thing, where he forgets totally all his powers. See this. That is the idea. If whatever great thing we have, we should never ever think that that thing is there unless and until there is an occasion that arises where there is a need for that. Otherwise, you should just forget that it is there. The moment we remember, then we start going from humble to Abhimani. I have this great thing, you know. I want to tell you one more thing before I continue. In this culture in which you are all living in American culture, what to tell? The opposite is taught. In this culture, the opposite is taught. And it comes because there are too many people writing PhD theses on all of this psychological thing. And when people sit down in classrooms and they write thesis, that thing messes up our message. We do not become Shastravan. We don't follow the Shastras, we follow whatever is going on in popular culture. I just give you a situation. Look here, for all parents and children, you see this thing, huh? The little boy will come, little girl will come, and 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they'll come with a piece of paper, and they'll say, "Mom, look what I drew." And they'll show that paper. And now, mother's duty is to do what? This is American culture. Mother's duty is to do what? Wow, you drew that? My God, that is so good. Good job. This is American culture. Huh? This is American culture. And that is passed off as boosting the confidence of the child. You don't want to destroy his confidence and all that, so you boost his confidence and so he'll do better. Or wrong parenting. And all this is the result of what PhD thesis. Wrong parenting, actually. You're actually boosting the ego from birth. You're boosting the ego from birth, and someday there will be nobody to boost his ego. And you know, when you take a pin and you stick the balloon, now let me tell you the correct Sanatana Dharma parenting. At that time, when he comes and he tells, look what happened. That time you have a golden opportunity. Parents have a golden opportunity to turn his mind from his ego to the higher reality from childhood. Ooh, Vita, how you drew those lines with that sweet, cute little hands of yours. Do you know who put that power in your hand to do that? Who gave your hand such a wonderful power to do those nice, pretty lines? It was Bhagavan who blessed your hand. And if he did not bless your hand could not do that. That is better parenting or not?
Yes.
You think of it and you have a golden opportunity. But in this society, they teach you to do something else. You're filling his mind and his heart and everything with appreciation for Bhagavan. And if we do that at a young age, that thing will result in great benefits later on. But here we go on boosting the ego only, and because that is correct parenting. But we have an opportunity to turn his mind, huh? When that time comes. Bhagavan blessed you so nicely. He loves you so much. Look how he has blessed your cute little hands. So like that, we go on in this society teaching to boost the ego. Sanatana Dharma is teaching something that fill the ego with Bhagavan. Fill the ego with Lord and his greatness and his, because really who blessed our hands? Adults, forget children. Who blessed your hands? See, a mother does not know what goes on in that womb. Who made womb? It is Bhagavan's hand, really. So actually we are teaching the truth also. Isn't it? But here we teach something else. So we have to remove that. So now you see in the beginning of the Sundarkand, we'll go there. Hanumanji meets up with, I was going to demonstrate that point to you. He meets up with Lankini in the beginning of Sundarkand, isn't it? This is after Tuhan number 3. He's coming from Bharat. He is Lanka. It is 4 in the morning. It's dark. Hanumanji comes in another person's country. The immigration officer is there with him. और बेचारा उसके पास पासपोर्ट भी नहीं है, वीजा भी नहीं, कुछ नहीं है. He has no passport, no visa, anything. He comes in another person's country and the immigration officer is there. And that immigration officer is so loyal to Ravan. 4 in the morning, there is no immigration traffic, but she's awake. It means to say, she's loyal to Ravan to such an extent that that time all the guards usually, yeah. But she's awake. And Hanumanji, Masaka Saman, Rupa Kapithari, Lankahi Chaleu, Sumiri Narahari, it takes a very small form, mosquito size. Mosquito size Hanuman. And he tries to enter Lanka. It is 4 in the morning, place is dark, and still Lankini sees him. You can see a mosquito in dark. How she sees? And I'm just telling you the story to demonstrate this point. And what is it? Hanumanji takes a very tiny form, teeny Hanuman just like this, and he goes inside, and Lankini is able to see him because of Hanumanji's humility. And how is that? See, Hanumanji is Agni Tattva. We say, Tasmat, Akasha Sambhuta, Akasha Vayu, Vayu, Agni. From that comes space, from space comes air, from air comes fire. So he is Vayu Putra. Vayu Putra is Agni Tattva. So he is Agni Tattva. And can you hide Agni in the dark? You can't hide Agni in the dark. But the true humility is demonstrated in this story because he is shedding light, but he doesn't know that he is shedding light. The moment the person thinks that I am shedding light, his humility has gone. So Lankini is able to see him even when he is going in the dark, and he doesn't know. He thinks, I have become small and I am going to Lanka, nobody will see me. But she sees him. So this is true humility demonstrated in the beginning of Sundarkand. He is trying to enter Lanka. Later on in Sundarkand, he goes, you all know the story, of course. He meets Bhagavan Shri Ram. Bhagavan Shri Ram sends him to Lanka to give message to Sita Ji and all of that story, right? To search for Sita Ji and all, he goes to keep. And he finds her. Then, this same Hanumanji, when he, actually, the story comes before, when he meets Bhagavan Ram, you have to see his humility there also. When he goes after Lankini and he meets Division. Two of them have a little satsang, actually the best. When we meet another, when we see another person like ourselves, when you're traveling, wherever you travel, we go anywhere, I'm sure you'll see somebody. One place I had gone, I saw somebody with relatives' home. The moment you see that, and quickly you go there. You have little satsang, isn't it? You talk about Gurudev and you talk about Bhagavan and all that kind of thing. Huh? So, Hanumanji meets up in Lanka, now Vibhishan. So he's there like-minded souls, two of them. So now see this. This is before number 7 in this same Sundarkand. Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Ram Jai Ram, When he meets Vibhishan for the first time, he doesn't tell Vibhishan, I flew over the ocean all by myself. He doesn't tell. Listen to what he's telling Vibhishan. Huh? He tells Vibhishan, you never worry, Bhagavan Sri Ram will love you. How you know? Okay. Kaha, you tell. Kaha Raya Parampurina. Who is there more despicable than me? Hanuman is telling about himself. Who is there more despicable than me? Kapi and monkey. People talk and say, no, Hanumanji is so beautiful, Kanchana, Varana, Sudha, Subhash, Viraj, Subesa, and everything. We all say, Viraj, Subesa. We all say, Kan, Kundala, Kunchita, Kesa, and everybody tell about Hanumanji, and we go on to think how is so beautiful and golden color and all that sort of thing. But you ask the same people who just finished singing Hanuman Chalisa, do you want monkey face? And they say, no. He goes on chanting all of these things, isn't it? So he said, I am Kapi, I am monkey. Then Chanchal, Savahi Vidina. And all the time Chanchal means fickle minded. He's talking about himself. Actually, there was another sign of humility also. We should actually talk about our self and our durgunas, ourselves, is my shortcoming. I should not be talking about shortcomings on. I should learn to see mine. So, the Kapi, Chanchal, mind is fickle, he tells about himself. The Sabayi Vidihina, really, I don't know anything about Bhakti, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, this, that, I don't know anything about rituals, I have not done any sanskar, this, that, nothing, he tells. But he tells to Vidishan still. Not enough. For the Pranatalayi Guru Naam Hamara, if anybody takes my name in the morning and if they call my name, they didn't die, no mile ahara. In that day, that person will not get any food also. I am so amangal that if you take my name in the morning, you will not get food also. But we all know this is all demonstration of Hanumanji's humility, isn't it? Because the whole world goes on chanting Hanuman Chalisa to get the blessing of. And the lowliest of the low means the humblest of the humble, like that. That I am such that even if you think of me in the morning, you will not get food on that day, you will go hungry. Then he tells the Vibhishan that even though I am such nature, still Bhagavan Ram has love for me. So therefore, you don't worry, puts confidence in the heart of. And see, this is just exactly what I was telling you just now. How he puts confidence in the heart of Vibhishan. That you have to see. He doesn't tell Vibhishan that Bhagavan Rama blessed me with power, you know. Bhagavan Rama blessed me with all his Ashtasiddhi and all that. He tells Bhagavan Ram loves me even though I am totally devoid of any guna. He doesn't want to build that ego of Bhagavan will bless you also with a lot of power. You will get. He doesn't use those things. He tells how compassionate Bhagavan Ram is, how wonderful the Lord is, and how he has blessed me even though I am worth nothing. So, he is not telling about his blessings, that he has given me this, given me that, given all of these other things, and trying to build my ego or any such. He tries to instill faith in Bhagavan by showing how compassionate Bhagavan is. And in the same way also, we should have faith in the Lord, how compassionate he is. I tell you, if you reflect on one little thing in your life, your appreciation for Bhagavan's compassion will have no end. You just have to do proper vichar on one thing, any little thing. See, right now you can hear what I am saying. If you really study how that little thing is possible, your love for Bhagavan will have no end. It's just that we don't know vichar. You cannot begin to explain how you can hear what I am saying and how you can understand. It's one thing. So in this way, if we do some good vichar, we will realize that we are also so blessed by Bhagavan. It's only because of his compassion, his Asi Manukampa of Bhagavan, Akaran Kripa. Because of that only, we can do what we are doing. So a little bit of reflection, Hanuman is telling, that is the compassion of my Prabhu, even for a person who is, and this demonstrates his humility, who is worth nothing. And like this, he continues throughout this Sundarkand. I'll show you. In Kishkinda, when he meets Bhagavan Sri Ram for the first time. See this. Sri Ram Jai Ram In the beginning of Krishna and Hanuman meets Bhagavan Sri Ram for the first time. First time was an adult. Let's see, he was a baby. And Bhagavan Sri Ram does not recognize him. Of course, there is a reason for that also. Hanumanji went there in a different form. He was not there before. Or of course, if you take a false form, nobody recognizes you. Be as you are. And one fellow was walking down the street and he saw another man say, "Hey, George, look at you! You put on so much weight and everything. I can't recognize you. But you lost all your hair also. My God, you changed so much, I can't recognize you." That man said, "What do you mean, George? My name is not George." "What? You changed your name too?" Go in front of Bhagavan with some other form. Bhagavan also is not recognized. So Bhagavan did not recognize, but I want you to see the words of Hanuman. Again, throughout Ramcharitmanas. But before I continue, let me just tell you one more. In Western world, this will be seen as eroding my self-esteem. Huh? Eroding my self-esteem, correct or not? But I want to ask you one more question. Anytime you hear any such type of arguments, right? Of Western arguments about, this will erode my self-esteem, and the thing about, boosting the confidence of the child and all of that. You must always ask. You have to ask this thing. Because the success and the achievements of the human species has to be weighed against the worldview and the philosophical teachings which form the basis for that civilization, isn't it? So if our civilization is based on boosting the ego and building my self-esteem and all of that thing, that is to be tested now as a civilization. Has that done anything for the civilization, for me and my civilization over 150 years, 200 years, 300 years? What it has done? This is the only way to test that. This is this philosophy you have taught me. This is what you have taught me to follow in my life for 200 years, to build your self-esteem, boost your ego, build your confidence, all that kind of thing. And that is supposed to make society become better. Now, last time I was telling you something also, you have to show me in which sector of society we have become better. If you take health, in the health sector, has there been any improvement? Diseases and all are getting less? And dependence on medicine and all, is it getting less? Are the number of hospitals getting less? Is the medical, if we have in 200 years, has it become more or less? So if you have a philosophy of life, and that philosophy of life is supposed to bring success and bring, so many type of great achievements for human beings, and we are supposed to be getting better and better. In the environment and the ecological system, or have we improved anything? In human relations, have we improved anything? Actually, in this country also, human relations not there now. And now, especially with all the yes. So, if this is my philosophy of life, and this is what you're teaching me to follow, and then you really look at society in politics, things are getting better. In international relations, in economics, rich getting richer and poor getting for no West, there are 166,000 homeless people on the streets of California. One state. One state. And people are selling, Portland, people are selling on properties dirt cheap because the whole street is lined up with homeless. So in economics, in social interaction, in politics, in medicine, in environment, which sector have we improved? So if my philosophy of life is tested for 200 years, and if I have not brought this civilization anything better, then maybe I have to review my philosophy of life. The self-esteem and the confidence we talk about all the time and all that. Actually, those things have meaning also, but the confidence should be Bhagavan. What happens? We put the confidence in our ego and make the ego. And then when you meet another ego just like yours, then what? So, it is not that we are teaching the erosion of self-esteem and all of that kind of thing. These things have been tested over thousands and thousands of years. And here it's just telling Hanumanji's words now to fit all of that in Hanumanji's words. Ek main manda moha vasat. And God with it. And I am taken over by delusion. He's telling to Bhagavan Ram. Kutila hridaya ajnana. Totally ignorant. And my view of his word is all demented. I really don't understand anything properly. But we are taught, no, I know everything. Really speaking, the truth is we know. I'm telling you that truth. I was just, somebody in Boston picked me up and they were taking me to a person in professor in Harvard. And I was asking him, you know, the nerve cell, a rock falls on your toe. That rock falls and that message has to go from your toe to your brain and go all the way up and has to be processed. And when it's processed, then the brain has to tell the voice to say, ouch. Nerve cells that take the message, those nerve cells don't touch. They have a synapse and there's a space between each synapse. And that message jumps from this one to other. We call it nowadays wireless communication. But the message jumps. It jumps there. And I asked, Professor, how does it jump? He said, Swami, all we know it jumps. We don't know how it jumps, but it jumps. It's still studying. In other words, really in cutting edge science also, there are so many. Do you know how much we know about the universe? In scientific terms, not even 7%. But still we feel we know everything. So Hanuman is right. Ajnani. I am ignorant. Puni Prabhu Muni. Decide, oh, Prabhu, you cast out even though I'm like this, you know. But then the next one said, Jatati Nath, hey Prabhu, even though I have so many good ones, you know, negative traits. Even though I have so many negative traits. Seva Prabhu, I'm still your Seva, and Prabhu, don't forget me. Don't leave me. Don't forsake me like that. Even though I have so many durugunas, so many shortcomings. So we have to remember that all the time because this is a wonderful place, I tell you. Right now you will get a president who has no shortcomings. Anyway, this is the type of line is there, and if everybody develop this type of humility, society will have a lot of harmony. If two humble people meet, when two sadhu meet, sadhu se mile hoi Ishwar ki baat. When one sadhu meets another sadhu, they talk about Gadha gadhe se mile hoi latam lat. When two donkeys meet, they only kick each other, correct?
Yes.
So when two egos meet, But when humble people meet, they talk about Bhagwan. That is what society means. And this is not to be taken lightly, you know. This country was founded on a civil war, you know that. So, humility is what is being taught, and Hanumanji becomes the epitome of that humility which is being taught in the Shastras. And the last one, now I tell you one more story on this, that. There are many more, but now my time is gone, I'll tell you this. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. After Hanuman comes back to Lanka, Bhagwan Sri Ram asks him a question. Hanuman, kau tell me, Ravan palita Lanka, kini devu turgati Lanka. That Ravan's Lanka, which is so well fortified and protected by such great big Rakshasas, how you were able to single-handedly burn down the whole Lanka? And rob all these Rakshasas? How is that thing? Now see, this is the time in American culture. Yes! Isn't it? That is the time. You see, after they score a goal and all, they flip and do all this somersault and they have to do a victory dance. You know, these are the thoughts. They do the victory dance, success dance and all that. And Hanumanji replied to Bhagwan Ram. See, huh? Because Hanuman was alone, single-handedly. He said, Prabhu, what to tell you? When I went to Lanka, I did not take any matches, I did not take any ghee, and I did not take any cloth. They caught me and they bounded my tail with cloth. And they put ghee and then they lit my tail on fire. And then my tail was on fire. You know these Canadian geese, they fly from Canada and they go like this way to South America and all these places. So two Canadian geese nicely going like that. It was American fighter jet. American fighter jet. It passed the two of them. So then one goose is telling the other goose, that fellow seems to be in a big hurry. The other one said to him, yes, you also will be in a hurry if your tail was on fire. Because from behind us, that fire is coming out, you know. So, Hanuman is the Prabhu. They lit my tail and I monkey kapi, you know, sakha, okay, what you say, sakha, they sakha par jai. What do monkeys do? They jump from tree to tree, and then especially if you're taking on fire. Then I jump from place to place everywhere until I reached the ocean, and everything was good. No, I really did not take any matches or anything there, you know. It was not Nahi Singh. Then all of it in the last line says, so sab tava pratap rahi. All of it is only your glory, your greatness, your grace. Really, my hands are out of that. It is all your doing and all your glory. Not Nakachumodi Prabhutai, not any greatness of mine. Any jiva who comes to this state of understanding, it is not any greatness of mine, it is Bhagavan's glory working through him. That jiva is really reached the epitome of the Shastric teaching. It is Bhagavan's glory which is working through me, working through everything in this world. So the glory belongs to the Lord. This is humble Hanuman. This is the humility of our Hanumanji, the same one who is Ashta Siddhi Nava Nidhi Data, same one who is Atulita Bharatama, the storehouse of immeasurable strength. This is what is in his mind. Not 1 ounce of feeling that I am so great, I can do this. It all belongs to Bhagavan. You understand the meaning of humble Hanuman?
Yes.
Okay. So now I will stop. There's so much more in Swadhyaya, but I'm sure you have got some little part of it to reflect on it in your own mind. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for a lovely talk today. I'm sure we will all take our own nugget of wisdom away today. And thank you so much for sharing the importance of humility and being humble over having ego or being Abhimani. I've got a few announcements today, but before that, I would also like to thank Gina Ji and Dave Ji to come all the way from Toronto and being a part of the series today. Thank you so much. Announcements, please visit our bookstore. We have a small bookstore at the back. And you can find more information about all the upcoming events on the Chinmaya Mission New York website, socials, or you can talk to one of our volunteers today. Please continue your study with us by joining one of our Vedanta classes at chinmayanewyork.org. We offer many classes online and in-person Bhagavad or family programs on the weekends. You can approach any one of our volunteers for more information. Next week, that's 5th of May in the morning, we'll have our class. It will be for 45 minutes, followed by Guru Pujya. And in the evening at the Asamai Mandir, we we will be doing the Harikatha Seva. So people who have not registered for the Harikatha Seva, please go ahead and register. I'll share the details over WhatsApp. And today in the evening, Swamiji will be conducting a satsang at the Asamai temple as well, between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., where we shall hear the Katha of Lord Rama this time, in a Zilin style, filled with Bhakti and Jnana. I also want to like to let you know about Guru Dakshina. As we bring this satsang to a close, we give everyone the opportunity to take part in the traditional practice of Guru Dakshina. In our tradition of Guru Shishya education, the student may wish to repay the teacher at the conclusion of the education. This is a form of acknowledgement, respect, and gratitude towards our spiritual practice. Additionally, this helps support our lineage of gurus. If you'd like to participate, please stay. You'll be given one of the yellow envelopes. So you can drop in your check or cash on the envelopes, or feel free to scan the QR code which are there on the walls. Please go ahead and do either of that. Now we will like to request Swamiji to conclude with the Hanuman Aarti, which will be followed by the Chinmaya Aarti and the pledge. Please stay at your seats for the Aarti. I ask the teachers to please join me on the stage to do the Aarti and the pledge after Swamiji is done with the Hanuman Aarti.